Ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, the President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Ruto, together with Honorable Raila Odinga, the former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, they have been planning on a cabinet reshuffle that will accommodate the broad-based government on the newly signed pact between President William Ruto and Raila Odinga. Now, according to insights and the news that we are receiving, is that President William Ruto has summoned Raila Odinga and the delegates to the ODM party, who are believed to be currently holding a meeting between President William Ruto and the ODM party leaders at the Statehouse, Nairobi, and where their main agenda and the main bone of contention between the two leaders is on the agreement of how President William Ruto and Raila Odinga are going to agree on a power sharing move. Now, among those that were present in the said meeting between President William Ruto and Raila Odinga before the expected or looming cabinet reshuffle that might take place tomorrow includes the four cabinet secretaries affiliated to ODM party. That includes Honorable Opio and Cabinet Secretary John Badi, Ali Hassan Joho, together with Wycliffe Oparanya. Now, the main agenda of this meeting were for Raila Odinga, together with his cabinet members, to decide on which key positions or which cabinet slots that they want to be given in the looming cabinet reshuffle. Now, apart from that, remember President William Ruto also has a play in this cabinet, and the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta also holds a stake at this cabinet. So the agreement is that there are some dockets that William Ruto is not going to let go. Apart from that, there are also some a docket that Raila Odinga is not going to take if they are handed over to him. Now, who are the people that are going to be affected by this looming cabinet reshuffle that is going to happen? Now, remember, Raila Odinga has, some of the most key cabinet slots in this government. That includes of uh, the docket of treasury, the docket of energy, the docket of mining, which is held by Ali Hassan Joho, and the docket of MSMEs, which is the cooperative sector. That is held by Honorable Oparanya. And for William Ruto, he has told Raila Odinga, if there are two dockets that will not be touched, and even if Raila Odinga is going to request that he be given those cabinet slots, then he is not going to have them. There is a disclaimer for Raila Odinga. He shouldn't seek to have the cabinet slot of interior. He shouldn't seek to have the cabinet slot of road and transport. Now, those are cabinet slots that President William Ruto has given to his brothers and most trusted allies, that includes David Chirchir, together with Kipchumba Murkomen, who is the Cabinet Secretary of Interior. Now, come to the dockets that Raila Odinga wants. He has requested that his ally to hold the position of the Cabinet of Health, which is held by one Dr. Deborah Mulongo, the Cabinet Secretary of Health, who seems to be having no clue on what is going on in regards to matters of health due to the failure of SHA and SHIF, which Raila Odinga confessed that sector is not working. But Raila Odinga has not requested that he be given this slot. What he has asked President William Ruto is to interchange. Either have Dr. Deborah Mulongo expelled from the cabinet and have one Mutai Kagwe, who served as a former cabinet secretary of early under President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta take over the said docket. Not only that, the other docket that will be left open by Mutahi Kagwe, which he currently holds, is the docket of livestock and agriculture. That is the docket that Mutahi Kagwe currently runs. Now, that docket is supposed to be replaced by a Raila Amolo Odinga ally. And the Raila Amolo Odinga ally that is going to take over that docket is believed to be none other than Peter Munya, who also served in the same docket under President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Now, apart from these two docket, they held the docket and the agriculture docket. Another docket that Raila Amolo Odinga has requested that he has to have a stake in it is the docket of housing projects, which is the docket that is currently run and held by one uh, uh, Alice Wahome, the former member of parliament of Kadara. Now, this is a cabinet secretary from the Mount Kenya region. Now, that docket Raila Amolo Odinga want is ally there, and his ally is supposed to run the said dockets in a way that will determine how the housing projects and the affordable housing projects that have been a bone of contention in William Ruto's government are being read. Now, President William Ruto can let him have that. I don't know where Alice Wahome is expected to be settled or what position she will take in the government of President William Ruto. Apart from that, another docket that Raila Amolo Odinga want is the office of an introduction of the office of devolution, a cabinet docket of devolution. Now he believes that this docket, once it is introduced, it should be given to his ally, the former Rarieda member of parliament and former Jubilee Secretary General, who is Raphael Tuju, who served under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's regime, even as a cabinet without an office. Remember that saga where Tuju served as a cabinet secretary without an office. Now, apart from Tuju, another person that is supposed to be accommodated in this cabinet of Raila Amolo Odinga is none other than Edwin Sifuna, the Secretary General of ODM party. According to intel that we are receiving, is that Raila Amolo Odinga want his son Edwin Sifuna to be given a position to serve in the said cabinet. Now, the question is whether Edwin Sifuna will accept to serve in these these appointment as a cabinet secretary under the broad-based government, which is a government that he opposed to the latter. But I will tell you one thing, that Edwin Sifuna is one of the most brilliant young leaders that Raila Amolo Odinga has in his circle. And that is why once you have heard Edwin Sifuna several times going against Raila Amolo Odinga's stance, opposing President William Ruto. But Raila Amolo Odinga has maintained a very close relationship with Edwin Sifuna. Even while he is attending these meetings everywhere, he is attending them with Edwin Sifuna. He doesn't want to let Edwin Sifuna go, yet Edwin Sifuna has proved to be an opposer of President William Ruto. So Edwin Sifuna is supposed to be accommodated under this cabinet reshuffle. Are we together? Now, the question also of the cabinet slot of sports, which is one of key sectors that Raila Amolo Odinga will have to take so that he will have influence over the youths of the Republic of Kenya. Remember, this docket is held by one Salim Vuria as the cabinet secretary. Now, Raila Amolo Odinga wants this slot for himself. Apart from this slot, the other slot that Raila Amolo Odinga has requested and is supposed to occupy is the docket of water and sanitation, which is held by Eric Muga Moreidi, the only serving cabinet secretary from Meru County. Apart from this docket, another docket that Raila Amolo Odinga might occupy is the docket of And I mean, this one he isn't going to occupy. This is an office that will be merged, and it will comprise of the role of Raila Amolo Odinga as the Prime Cabinet Secretary and the Cabinet Secretary of Public Service. Because now, officially, we are being told that Justin Muturi has been kicked out of office. Justin Muturi is no longer under the William Ruto's cabinet. Now, Muturi ameambiwa aende afanye kampeni za opposition wakiwa na kina Rigathi Gachagua. Are we together? Now the meeting is currently happening, by the way, at the Statehouse, Nairobi, and this meeting is supposed to give birth to the new cabinet. The cabinet might be announced tomorrow, and to your surprise, one thing that we have realized is that Kithure Kindiki has been left out in this negotiation. He is nowhere to be found, and we are being told the cabinet dockets that are being taken mostly by Raila Amolo Odinga are those from the Mount Kenya region here. One for housing, represented by Alice Waome. The other one for water and sanitization, Eric Muga from Meru. The one for public service is is being taken away from Justin Muturi, and Raila Amolo Odinga will occupy this. On the other office of Cabinet Secretary of Foreign Affairs, the office that is currently held by Musalia Mudavadi, for Musalia Mudavadi, he will serve as the only as the Cabinet Secretary of Foreign Affairs, and he will cease to occupy the current position that he has as the cabinet. I mean, as the Prime Cabinet Secretary, because that role will be directly handed over to Raila Amolo Odinga, because he is now the actual Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. Now, that is what is happening. Remember, a lot of PSs have been named today. President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga have agreed on a way forward in regards to the naming of, permanent secretaries, the PSs, and most of them have been replaced, some of them sent to other dockets, and yeah, that is how the cards are being played, moving the chess pieces to suit the satisfaction of the king, that is Raila Amolo Odinga. What is your take? Leave your comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. Remember to subscribe. This is the Kenyan Daily Report, and as you have heard on the key dockets that Raila Amolo Odinga is going to occupy, which means now Raila Amolo Odinga will be running the government directly, and he is the co-president. There is nothing you can tell him. He will have more power over the cabinet than even the president has, because most of these allies are the ones that will be in this cabinet. For now, leave a comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.